What is up, YouTube watchers? So, okay, I am tired of dealing with getting the wrong cab mounts. This is the second time, 2 times too many. I've done a little bit of research and I've dug up some old forum posts, and apparently I'm not the only person to have this problem. I dug up a few posts on forums that are like 15 years old, 18 years old, from the early 2000s, 2005, where people were having the same problem. They get the round bushings, but this part is too big to go in the frame. And they're asking, does anybody know the right style bushing for their frame? Because their truck is a Canadian truck, but for some reason the hole in the frame is too small. And these are listed as Canadian bushings, the round Canadian style. So I don't know. I've looked around, and I think what it boils down to, I could wait, because I messaged Prothane and I messaged Energy Suspension, but I think I'm just gonna modify my frame to fit these, because these are clearly what we have today. I mean, this was a part number, a Prothane part number, and the Energy Suspension ones look just like this. So just to make it more easy, I'm just gonna modify my frame to fit these. It's just a round hole, that's all it is. And I've done some measuring. Like, my frame, the hole in my frame is 1 5/8 of an inch. This one here, let's do this as precise as we can. Alright, I'll hold this on 1. So that's about the halfway point. We're looking at about, it's hard to look through the phone, and I'm just gonna, hopefully I got the phone pointed in the right direction. We're looking at about a shade, a 32nd under 1 7/8. So really, I mean, this thing is about an 1/8. This part right here is about an 1/8 inch in diameter too big. That's it, just an 1/8 inch. So technically I would have to take the hole in my frame and enlarge it about an 1/8 inch. So what I'm gonna do is hold this upside down right here, and I'm gonna draw, you know, to get an exact circle, and then cut this piece of CAD out right here, cardboard aided design. Cut out the circle, the inner circle, where it leaves the outer, and I'm going to use this to put on the bottom side of my frame, get it aligned up the best I can with the factory hole, where it's the same all the way around. You know, I'm going to clean it up under there, probably take a white paintbrush and go and highlight it with a white paintbrush where I need to go to. And from my pipelining days, I have some rocks that go on a big grinder. You know, I'd have to show you tomorrow. I'll add onto this video tomorrow, but I'll show you the rock I got. It's like a conical shaped rock that you screw on a big 7-inch grinder. And I bet if I just go up in there and tickle it a little bit, just don't ram it on there, but just kind of tickle it in the hole to spread the hole out, it'll just slide up in there nice and easy. And I could just tickle it just enough to bring it out, you know, about an eighth of an inch. But anyway, okay, this has gone on long enough. We will continue this in the daytime and see if I'm successful or if I completely screw up the frame. I don't know. I'm so tired of this shit. Alright guys, it's about, I don't know, 5-10 hours later, same day. Here's what we're working with. Basically, there's the hole there in the frame, and this is the size it needs to be. So I'm gonna cut this guy out to where it will slide up in here, and position this where it's evenly around, so I can mark a white paint line in there to what I need to cut back to, and basically try to waller it out to this size right here. What I have to do that with is some grinding stones here. These guys right here, these should do pretty good because it's only like an 1/8 inch thick. So like I said, I'll just come in there and bump it, tickle it. You know, it needs to go about this far right here. That's where I measured it to. But yeah, these guys, you know, you mainly see these in pipelines where they're transitioning some fittings for a smooth, straight weld. I got 2 of those, so that should be enough. And I got some die grinder bits. I can kind of get it really close and then use a die grinder to go around it a little bit. Because I want these, I want it to be kind of a snug fit. I don't want it just to fall in there. I want it to be kind of a snug fit, but not tight enough where it'll cut into the bushing. But it needs to be as precise as possible so this cab sits straight. So I'm gonna get under here. I'm not gonna do any of this on camera because again, I'm using my phone and I really need to concentrate on this just to get this right. I'm gonna do it this way and just enlarge the holes in the frame because apparently it's hard to find body mounts for this thing and I've already got those. So I'm just gonna make those work because I need to make the hole just like an 1/8 inch bigger on each side. That's all I need to do. And as long as I cut the hole straight, it's just a straight hole. So it should be okay. But in theory, nothing's been okay on this truck. Everything has been a struggle. The headers don't fit right. The exhaust I'm not really happy with. I've thought about just waiting and getting some Speed Engineering headers, some 1 7/8. But I got a muffler coming tomorrow. I'm just gonna see if I can do this. I'm gonna try it on this one first and oh well. If I fuck it up, oh well. But anyway, I'll come back at you whenever I'm starting to cut this or I'm in the process of cutting this. I don't know. All right, coming back at you. I got this rear hole kind of bored out. It's rough, but it's good. As you can see, splashed some black Rust-Oleum paint on it. This rock actually wore down perfectly. So I was able to get in there and like flatten the hole out on the sides so it didn't. But you got to be careful with these because these things will catch and they'll buck like that. So I had to be real careful. I didn't want to tear my rock up because I only got 2. But that one took about 10-15 minutes to do. Got the cup over here sitting, splashed some good paint on it, scraped off a bunch of rust. Just coating it in good paint. Gonna let it dry up for a while. Took off this front one up here and man, this thing is rusty. It's like, what is that? Is this a Northern car? Man, no, that's just 20 years. This is probably from 1999 or something. That's probably 20 plus years of being together. Which, I mean, it's not bad. It's not thin by any means. It's still, you know, fairly thick. It's just corroded, you know, pitted real bad. But, you know, with this kit, we get 2 extra bushings for an extended cab. So I'll just go ahead and paint this up real good. And maybe in the future, if I go to Andy's U-Pull It, I may try to look for another cup. I mean, you can't really tell if they're good. You got to peel out the bushing. But I may grab a couple of cups, a couple of bushings, and just see if I could get a better cup. Just a little bit better cup. And I did measure these. Like with this old bushing in here where it was flat sitting against the frame, took this, took these shims. This is the exact same height as this bushing all together with the shims on top of it. It matched up perfectly. You know, it was about like that. And with them shims right there, it made it exactly perfect. So with them shims, I'm guessing I did get the cab sitting pretty level. But anyway, I'm about to start on this front hole up here. That took some time. I had to be careful with that. The die grinder kind of worked. I don't have a die grinder. I just have it on a drill. But what I did do was break a file right here. And then I was able to get in there and kind of smooth it and round it. But with this guy, you know, I just ramrodded it a little bit till I got it close to the outside of the white paint line. And then I just kind of took that and just tickled the edges without it kicking back. Just very gently tickled the edges and got it, you know, right in there. I got it to where this bushing, I don't want to put it in there because the paint's wet, but this bushing, it won't fall in there, but you just got to give it just a little bit of a wiggle and it'll just slide right in. So it's not tight to where it's being squeezed, but it's tight. Actually, when it's sitting all the way on the frame, there's like just a hair bit of movement in it, just like, I mean, just like a little bit. So it's good enough. You know, it's good enough for this. You know, I can't wait till I can find another bed and spray this whole truck white. It will look so much better. But anyway, that's it for now. I'll come back, I guess, when I got this other hole done. And the front may be, I may have to do the front a different time because I'll probably have to pull this bumper off to get up in there. I don't know. But I'll get it off and I'll look at it. But the main thing is I wanted to get this side done since I destroyed one of the bushings. I wanted to get it sat back down on some bushings. But anyway, I'll come back later when I get more of this done. Well, shoot, I forgot to film. But anyway, I got this side done, this one and this one done. I'm going to save the front one for later because when before I started this, the front always sat a little higher because when you were to put the fender on, it had a big gap down there and it was sitting flat on the core support. So I'm led to believe that those front bushings are still pretty good. Even now, it's sitting on the bushing pretty good, you know, so I'm thinking those are okay for now. I don't really feel like messing with them, but the main ones are under the cab because the cab is the heaviest part, especially the front of the cab here. But anyway, got those in, that one in, that one in, cleaned it up, painted all the bare metal surfaces real good. I'm about to swing the truck around, see if I can knock the other side out real fast because it's Sunday right now, Monday, Tuesday. I have to work 10 hours this coming week, Monday through Thursday, and we're going to get off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because the maintenance don't have the same schedule as the teachers. The teachers are getting off Friday just because it's a school holiday or whatever, something, I guess before Halloween. So the teachers and the students get off that day, but we don't. The custodians and the maintenance don't. So my boss, is the boss of the boss, she talked to the boss to see if we could have off this Friday if we work 10 hours Monday through Thursday, because we work 8 hours. I just realized this. I just figured out that we don't get paid for lunch. I thought we did, but that's my mistake. So we only work 8 hours a day instead of 9 hours because the lunch, that makes sense. But anyway, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10 hours off Friday. But as you can see the sky, starting Wednesday, I think, Tuesday night, for the next 7 days through next weekend, it's supposed to be raining, bad weather, because there's like an actual cold front coming through. Right now it's hot and humid. It's hot right now. But the next 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, they were saying is going to be the nicest days. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we got like a 60, 80, 70, 90% chance of rain, thunderstorms, some maybe severe, you know, the whole spiel, that stuff. So I'm going to try to get that other side knocked out now so I don't have to worry about that. And like the front core support bushings, I may leave those alone for now. But as you can see, I only got this side done, but I mean, the cab the truck is sitting pretty even as far as, I mean, I know that bed's fucked up right there, but the gap between the bed and the cab, it's like dead nuts even. And this side does sit just a tiny bit, tiny bit higher. Sits a tiny bit higher right there. But then again, this bed, like I said, is fucked up. This is a beat up, destroyed bed. I really need to find a good straight bed to put on this truck. But as far as I know, with these new bushings under the cab should be straight with the frame. So Now, as far as this way, I don't know. I'm cutting those holes out under there as straight and as precise as I can. The good thing about it is whenever I draw my line, well, I don't know what I did with the paint marker. The tip on the paint marker, basically I can outline the factory hole under there with just the tip of the paint marker, and just that little bit is how much I need to cut with my little stencil under there. It's basically just the tip of the paint marker's width. So that's what I've been using. That's what I used on this front one up here. I didn't even use the stencil. I just took the paint marker's width and outlined the hole, and I just cut it to the edge of that paint, and that bushing just squeezed in there ever so tight. So I think this will help. Okay, that sits about how it normally did, but I think that will help. Anyway, I need to hurry up and get this thing spun around and try to get these two knocked out, because it's getting later in the day. And like I said, tonight's a work night. I go to work in the morning. I don't want to be out here too late. I want to go inside and rest and sit my fat ass up and be lazy. So let me get that other side started, and I'll come back and eventually get this video finished. All right. Shit. That was hard work. But anyway, got all the cab mounts under there, as you can see. That one, the back one. Got all the cab mounts under there. Here's some, what's left of the old bushings. As you can see, the old bushings are just, you know, that came off that. This one right here, that's what they look like. There's the other one. I mean, they are definitely beyond. They needed to be replaced. And I just don't know why you can't get bushings for this specific frame right here. I don't know, but I was tired of waiting, tired of getting the wrong shit. So I just modified my frame. And I think I got it relatively close. I mean, there's some alignment cups on this side of the cab and two little alignment holes. I pulled it and got it relatively close. It seemed to line up pretty straight with the holes. And I mean, the bed isn't lined up with the alignment hole over here, but it's about the same on each side. But of course, you really can't go off of this bed right here, because like I've said many times in many videos, this bed is trash. I mean, yeah, it's probably somewhat close, but the floor is trash. That whole side is trash over there. This side was bent and leaning in when I got it. You know, I just got it for $200 just to put a bed on this truck to complete the truck. But if you look at that, I mean, cab and bed, the truck sits pretty much even now. Dang it, sorry. Every time when I move my phone a certain way, my hand hits the button and turns it off. I need to stop doing that. But anyway, I'm going to drive this truck back over there and park it. Because like I said, towards Tuesday or Wednesday this week, it's supposed to start raining for like several days. This thing might be low on gas. Man, I cannot wait to get a muffler on this loud piece of shit. It sounds like a piece of shit without a muffler. Yeah, low fuel. I mean, she still moves good. Everything still works. Transmission goes in and out of gear fast. Let's see. Oh, I forgot I moved that truck back in. Okay. I gotta go move that truck out of the way and move this one back in. But I guess I'm gonna go ahead and conclude the video. So anyway, that's me modifying the frame to get these bushings to fit. Even though these are Canadian style bushings, I'm guessing this is a Canadian style frame. I don't know. I've read posts that go way back that talk about this same problem. I modified this frame where it will now accept these bushings. I tried to enlarge the holes as straight and accurate as I could. I mean, it seems to line up. Everything seems to be straight. But I'm gonna go ahead and conclude this video. I guess at least I didn't waste money again. 203 bucks for these bushings. I have 2 or 4 left over there. I don't think I'm gonna do the core support. I might try to see if I could sell those 4, but then again, that'll be the same problem. If I sell them to someone, oh, they won't fit. But if I could sell 4 of those with the washers for like, I don't know, 40 bucks, you know, that'll chop the price down from what I paid for these bushings. I don't know. I probably won't do that because then, like I said, it'll be the same problem. They won't fit. But man, it's hot in here. It's freaking warm, so I believe it that there's a cold front coming this way. But anyway, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. I guess leave comments, leave tips, whatever. You guys have a great day or night.